just coming to the time where your feet got to hit the pavement and you're counting and depending on the Lord to take care of the simple needs, knowing that He will, because you've already been a faithful servant in so many other things that He's led you to do and asked you to do. It's not always, what can God do for me? It's, what can I do for you, Lord? What is it you need me to do? What is it you want me to do? Just show me what you need me to do. Because while I'm here, I want to get it all done. Wouldn't you just hate to be in heaven and say, well, you know what? You go, I sat down on earth trying to figure out what it is, spent all my time trying to figure out why I was there, what it was I was supposed to do, and you never told me. Now, I can see about 10 million Christians saying this in heaven. I really can. You never told me. And I know enough throughout my walk with the Lord to know that don't even think of pulling a tirade on Him. Don't even think of thinking you're going to win any kind of an argument with Him, because He always has that perfect answer. He always does. He always has the perfect answer. And He's never been, never gets angry. He never raises His voice. Just that one perfect little answer just shuts you up and stops you dead cold in your feet, your tracks. And that's exactly what's going to happen, because that's all He wants us to do, is to continually seek Him every day and ask Him. It's nothing complicated. It's nothing complicated. All you do is ask Him every day. Let Him know that you genuinely love Him, and you want to learn more about Him, and you want to do what He wants you to do, because He'll lead you. He'll just lead you. You'll find yourself doing what He wants you to do without realizing it. He's leading you into it. He doesn't hit you over the head with a baseball bat to wake up. And so many people are waiting for this Paul revelation. He gave Paul this huge revelation. Why doesn't He give everybody else a revelation like He did Paul? Huh? Does it ever make you wonder that maybe it was false to begin with? It was nothing but a lie to begin with? Because the Lord says anyone who doesn't come to Him through the faith of a child, tries to come up any other way, is a liar, a robber, and a deceiver. And yet the church talks about Paul's divine revelation. That makes the Lord a liar and a hypocrite, don't you think? The Lord never gave him a divine revelation. The Lord never knocked him off his feet on the road to Damascus. It was all concocted. And it takes 5 minutes of research for that, folks. I have a whole website on it, justgivmethetruth.com, and I have a link on my site, blueprintforbondage.com. That's one of the best books I've ever read, Blueprint for Bondage. And also, Stuart from The Edge has a book out. I have his link on my site, SherryTalkRadio.com, an excellent book out exposing Paul. And so there's plenty of information out there, and I know that the Lord leads you to it. People that pray and ask Him for the truth in all things, He leads them to my site, and they think it's their job to send me emails and argue with me. And I just argue, and that's the end of that. I don't get in debates with people, folks. But I'm going to get into some questions from listeners, because I really just don't have a whole lot from the Lord to say tonight on any particular one subject. It just seems like we're at a standstill. He's waiting for them to act, to see how He's going to react. I've told you, I do believe my tray is already here. And if He isn't going to stand up within the next month or two, that it will probably be another year until He does. And so we're going to end up going through a lot of what looks like a lot of possibility of terrorism and martial law on our own soil this summer. D.C. being blown up in July, things like that. Things I probably won't even warn of ahead of time, because who cares if it is? Usually I would post codes and it would stop whatever it was they were planning to do. But at this point, who cares if they blow up D.C.? I guess I'm I'm ready to go home, ready to get the show on the road. I don't want any more delays. I just want to get this whole thing going. Question from a listener. Hey, Sherry, do you think the economy will crash this year? It's already crashing. Already crashing. I have a funny story. Last week, the whole week, I felt like I should go out and stock up on shampoo and soap. And some other little fun things like pudding packs. You get those pudding packs, 4 for $1. And I like that Jello fruit with the fruit in it. You get like 4 of those for $2. And you go to the dollar store, you get them a lot cheaper. And so I just felt like I should take some money and go stock up on this stuff. And I was thinking, Lord, I just can't spend that money on that. I was real hesitant about spending money on that. There's resin that needs to be bought. I'm an Oregon warrior. There's resin that needs to be shipped across the country somewhere around the world, and I can't spend the money on food. And I said, okay, if this certain amount of money comes in from donations or wherever, I'll go get it. And during the week it didn't come in, and on Saturday I didn't go to the post office. And wouldn't you know that today, when I went to the post office, that exact certain amount of the donation I'd been seeking, told him I'd go get it if it came in, came in. And so, true to my word, I went out earlier tonight and I stocked up on shampoo and soap. And I got pudding and Jello. So just be led by him, folks. I was just looking at expiration dates on cereal boxes, because if in a month or so, because of the wheat failures, there's no cereal. That's one thing I would miss. I wouldn't miss bread, because bread goes bad every 2 days or something, and it's bread's a hassle. But I wouldn't miss cereal, because I like my cereal. I like my Captain Crunch, my Tony Tiger, my Golden Grahams. I like my cereal. My kids like it too, and so I was looking at expiration dates, and most of the boxes of cereal have about a year, and so you could stock up now for the next several months from this year, and for the next year till next year, and so that probably wouldn't be too bad of an idea to stock up on cereal, because you really can't stock up on bread, but start to think about what kinds of things is made of flour if we have no flour crops. If we have no flour because the crops have gone bad, and you're looking at things like cereal and pastas and things like that, and so you might want to start thinking now to go ahead and stock up on some of that. Another question from a listener: I can tell you what's happening. It's the calm before the storm. Yeah, that could be. He is a disinformation agent. Bless you. I don't know which one you're talking about, but yeah, Boylan and Greer and Sitchin. They all three make me sick. Question or comment from a listener: could you tell anything more about the ascension of the elect group? Will they die first and taken in spirit to Yah's kingdom, or will the spirit just be taken out of the body without experiencing body death? I really can't tell you anything more than the Bible tells us, and I think it's Revelation chapter 14, where he talks about the 144,000 standing in front of the throne, and the Lord himself writes his name in their forehead, and they're all taught the Song of Moses, and nobody else is allowed to learn that Song of Moses. Just that particular group, and nobody else. They're the only group that will not see death, and so this group never dies. This group is the only group within the bride that never sees death. And so I think that's Revelation 14, if I'm not mistaken. Question from a listener: anybody I try to tell about all this stuff, they think I'm crazy. I tried a few times, but I've learned to keep silent, prepare to learn to make your own bread, people. Bless you, Sherry. Yeah, you know what, I'm there too. That's the way I've gotten. I just keep to myself. I'm not going to argue with anybody. They can listen or whatever. I've done my part in trying to warn. Question. The test. This is about I'll just read the whole thing.